If you like to plan your own trips, then this morning I have a brand new idea for you. Don't worry though, you're in the right place. This is Rare Finds Travel. I'm Melanie Tucker and my specialty is still designing one-of-a-kind trips just for you. So if that's what you're looking for, just send me an email to melanie@rarefindstravel.com and we'll get started. But if not, if you're a do-it-yourself traveler, then listen to this, because here's my idea. Over the last couple years, I have been really surprised by more and more people who come to me who genuinely like to plan their own vacations. But along the way, they have a question here or there, and sometimes they want to run their final plan by me before they finalize it, because they want to make sure, they want to get, they know there's real value to been there, done that, and they want that second set of eyes on it. Other people come to me because they want to include some of my rare finds in their trip to make it special. So for all those reasons, people come to me who are basically do-it-yourself travelers, maybe like you are, and I have a consulting fee that I charge them. We work together for 3 hours and we answer all their questions. So it solves their problem. For me, it's fun and rewarding, and that so far has worked. But there's more and more of them, and it occurred to me, maybe you're one of them. And I thought to myself, what if I brought us all together and we did a travel planning month together in January? This is what I'm thinking. So I've been travel planning for 30 years. I know the math is unbelievable, but I actually counted it up and it's almost 30 years. So I always had a nose for researching, but along the way, I really honed my process, and I have a really foolproof 5-step process at this point that I follow at Rare Finds Travel. Now, part of that includes checklists, and it includes booking worksheets and all kinds of things, because there's little details that you just don't want to miss, whether it's, the 19% tax in Paris, which can mess up your budget entirely if you forget to add that. Or maybe it's breakfast or parking or language or subway schedules, all kinds of things. So there's booking worksheets, there's checklists, and I would share all of those. There's also this library of websites for rare finds that I have curated. Now, I will give you the very best way to vet new ideas and research is to actually go and do it yourself. And that's what I do. I actually go to locations, I try out guides, I video, I interview them, and I come back and then I'm able to offer them to you. That's how it works in my business. But you're not going to do that for a family trip, right? You're not going to go to Paris and then come back and take your family. So what can you do? So there are some sites that I have found, both for lodging and for guides, that are really reliable and give you some really special experiences, and I'm going to share all of that with you. The lodging sites are from everything from monasteries to castles to glamping and places to find those, and then there's also places where I find guides, and whether that's a guide for an orientation tour when you first arrive in a new city and they step out in the city with you for the first time, which is really helpful, or whether it's a guide for a bespoke experience, something that is going to be a highlight of your trip. So we have those that library of websites that I'm going to share. And then there's this whole 5-part system. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about gathering a group of us who like to do-it-yourself travel plan your own trip. And we'll get together over 5 weeks, starting with the first week picking your destination, because there's passions to consider. There's seasons, there's budget, there's flight times, there's all kinds of criteria that go into picking that destination that's going to be perfect for your trip. And each week we will tackle a new part of the process, from the research to the booking, and even at the very end when you're sending off and actually going on your trip, I have ideas that are really helpful, everything from jet lag apps to gear that I use all the time that make my travel a lot easier. And maybe the best piece is my professional travel software that actually gives you an itinerary at the end that you can either print or that you can access online through the app. So those are pieces that I thought I would incorporate and be able to share in this class. So it'll start in January, which I think is perfect because it's right when we're all making New Year's resolutions and thinking about our travel plans for 2020. It's also the perfect time to start planning for summer, because there's still really good availability and you're not squeezed yet. So it's a really, really nice time. it's a really, really nice time to be on the to get it started. So it'll start in January. It'll run for 5 weeks. By the time you're done, you'll actually have your summer trip itinerary in your hands, and you'll be ready to go. So I think it's going to be great. I'm going to charge only half of what I charge for my consulting, so I think it's going to be a really good value at $265. And if you're ready to jump in today, then I'm going to give $100 off, because I really am excited to see who's up for this and to get a group and to try this out. I have so many ideas. It's just a matter of me getting them organized in a fashion that gets it very methodically into your hands so that I can walk you through the process. And one of the things I think is going to be the most special of all is that, you might be planning for for California, and someone else might be planning for Utah, and someone else is planning for Paris, and someone else is planning for Thailand. So we're going to have, the class will have 5 live sessions online where I teach and I'm there for Q&A. It's also going to have an online forum where you can actually, all of us can be together and share. And we can share our ideas, we can get feedback, we can give feedback. So what I really imagine is that not only will you walk away from the trip with your 2020 trip plan, but you'll have all of this inspiration and research that other people are sharing, and you'll be like, oh, that might be 2021. And that's what I think the wanderlusters in our group are going to have, can I say, a bigger problem, but that's not a bad problem to have. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope that you'll come on board. Again, if you'll jump on now and sign up, I'll give $100 off if you register now, and the class will start in January and run for 5 weeks. So by late February, you will have your summer trip ready to go for next year. What do you think? Let's give it a try. Melanie at rarefindstravel.com.